So for this session, it's going to be in our office location. Bailey is a 21-year-old client that is seeking some support in her personal life and some personal relationships. So here we go. Hi, my name is Kristen. It's so nice to meet you. I'm your social service worker for today.
Nice to meet you, Kristen. My name is Bailey.
Okay, how are you doing today, Bailey?
Not too bad,
Okay.
I'm surviving, but not thriving. But.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. We can go over that today, but before we get started, are you aware of what confidentiality means, the limits, consent?
Yep.
Okay, I do have to legally go over it just so that you're aware. So, confidentiality, what is said between you and I stays between you and I. The only reason for having those limits of confidentiality in place is if you are a harm to yourself, a harm to others, if I need to, for court reasons, for subpoena, or if a child is at risk, their safety being compromised. Do you understand that? Okay, perfect. And then, so you consent to all of this?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So what brings you in today for the support that you need?
So I'm currently having this relationship with this guy. Well, I don't even know what, that's the whole point. Is
Okay.
I'm struggling to figure out what I should do with this guy.
Okay.
I don't know. We're somewhat together and somewhat not. We don't have any boundaries set. Well, we do, but
Okay.
I mean, it's just awkward because my parents don't really like him because I've had past relations with him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really like how he didn't really treat me bad. It was just how things ended.
Okay.
Was the reason. So my mom doesn't care for him.
Okay.
So when I talk to my mom about it, she doesn't like to listen because she doesn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. There's just something about him, and I like him.
Okay.
But he's just giving me the runaround right now.
So it seems like you really like him.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what you like about him.
I don't know. It's more of I can't put words to it. It's just more like a feeling. When I'm with him, it's just why I don't know. It's just I feel complete.
Oh, okay.
In a way.
Yeah. So there's a really deep connection between you two.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's reciprocated that. He's not a texter. We'll talk on the phone, but whenever we're together, he'll be like, I know you really care for me. I really care about you.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
just I see him maybe once every 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Or a couple times a week, and then I won't see him for a couple weeks.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know. He does have a lot of mental health problems himself, and he's struggling at home right now.
Mm-hmm.
His brother he says he's an alcoholic. I don't know what he is, but he does drink a lot, so Riley thinks it's his responsibility to take it on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a lot of pressure this week, these, I guess, couple months. But his mom is more or less minimizing it.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, he doesn't drink that much, just a couple beers at night, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Every night.
Yeah.
And a little bit more, and a little bit more.
Okay. So it seems like he's really relying on you for your support then.
Yeah.
And his brother as well, but he's relying a lot on you.
Yeah, I feel like I am his crutch.
Okay.
Because his mom was probably one of his bigger supports. And now he's transferred that onto me. And I don't know how I feel about it because I don't want his problems to become my problems kind of deal.
Definitely.
But in a way, it was just yeah, whatever. I'm not taking his problems and taking them and internalizing them into becoming my problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's a lot for me. I'm part-time in school. I only have one class, so I go to school on Fridays. But then I work on top of that.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I work at community living.
Okay.
I work a lot. I'm part-time, but I feel like I work full-time hours just because there's so many hours that you can pick up. So I work a lot. So I can balance those two all right. Those two, that's fine. It's just the uncertainty I have with him and that uncertainty feeling. He's I don't know. He says he's it's only him and I, but we've never had that commitment.
Mm-hmm. Which seems like you really value that in a person.
Yeah.
You value the trust, the commitment, the communication.
Yeah.
So you were saying that you had been texting.
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes it's not always there. Is that correct?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm a texter. I'm always on my phone.
Okay.
And he's not a texter. He's not on his phone all the time.
Okay.
So, like, I'll text him, and then maybe 2-3 hours later, I'll get a response and be like, hey, sorry, but I'll talk to you now. But, because, like, he's not on his phone, and I understand. And then he also works, and he's full-time and stuff like that, so.
Okay, so you
I'm understandable about that, but when we're trying to make plans or something, and, like,
you want that back, right?
Yeah. Because we'll talk, and I'll be like, text him, and then he won't respond, so I send him another text, and then he'll respond back to both of them. I'm like,
okay.
Why can't you just respond?
It is very frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to throw out a really weird, unusual question for you.
Yep.
It requires a little bit of imagination, so just humor me for a couple minutes maybe.
Yeah.
So let's say that after this session, you go home, you do your nightly routine, you go to bed, you fall asleep. While you're asleep, let's say a miracle happens. If you don't believe in miracles, we can call it something else.
Okay.
So while you're asleep and then the next morning you wake up, the issue's no longer present in your life. Can you tell me a little bit about what that would look like, how it would be different for you?
It'd look like I'd have a sense of what's going on, more or less, with that relationship of ours, just because I know what it is, and I would know that I'm not wasting my time putting in this extra effort with him sometimes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I probably have a feeling of, like, relief, like, okay, I'm going to get Riley's fine today, like, it's fine, we're fine, stuff like that. It's just kind of when he texts me at, like, 2:30 in the morning and says, hey, I'm just having a bad day, and I'm like, it's 2:30 in the morning, why aren't you sleeping?
Definitely.
Or like, just sometimes like that, and then I text him, and then he'll text me back and be like, yeah, thanks. I'm like, no problem. But,
okay. Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about what it would feel like on the inside if the issue is no longer present? How happy you would be?
Relieved. And
Definitely.
I'd be happy, and my mom would see that, and she probably may less bring that I don't like him anymore to be like, oh, maybe I can tolerate him kind of deal.
Yeah.
Especially if he started coming around a bit more often.
Yeah.
Than, like, his here and there, and him just coming in and saying hello and picking me up and going out for dinner and stuff like that. Be more like maybe come in, have a conversation with my parents, stuff like that.
You are a really patient and understanding person, and you're strong enough to kind of take on this supportive role. So I just wanted to take the time to acknowledge that, and like, it's a really good thing about someone. So
thanks.
Yeah. So we are at the end of our session. So I know that briefly we talked about earlier following up with an appointment next week. Would you still be available for that time?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I wanted to thank you for making the time for this appointment today. It was a pleasure meeting with you.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, have a good day.
You too.